Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we're taking a look at the Lord of the Rings figures from Diamond Select Toys. I have to say a huge thank you to Diamond Select for sending these over to look at. They are absolutely superb. In this particular video we're taking a look at Gandalf, the main character, the big one that people always talk about. It's Gandalf the Grey. Now this is of course Gandalf when he's part of the Fellowships. This is before he kind of moves on up and becomes the more superior Gandalf the White, but it is Gandalf the Grey. So here he is in his kind of original look. So this is him kind of almost right back at the beginning of the trilogy, because he's got his hat and everything like that. Now this is classed as a deluxe figure because it doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece or anything like that, and he comes with a few extra accessories. So yeah, what they've done is they've done these in series, so each series got 2 or 3 figures in it, and they'll either contain a Build-A-Figure piece, or they'll be classed as a deluxe figure. As I said, this is a deluxe, so there's no Build-A-Figure piece. Now he's got his sword and his sheath already attached to him. The sword obviously comes out. He's quite articulated considering he's got sort of so many robes and stuff like that. The hat just sits on the top like that. Now you have got to be a bit careful with it because it just sits on top of his head, so you've got to be careful with how you kind of position him because you don't want it kind of falling out. I think I'll leave his sword in the sheath. He's also got his little purse as well. Now I'm going to have to play around with this because I kind of want it to go underneath his cloak. I don't want it to kind of just hang over the top. And he comes with his staff as well. Now his staff is obviously key to Gandalf. I think, you know, when I think of Gandalf, I think of the big beard and I think of the staff. Change over some of these hands just so I can put that staff in his hand. Now the only thing I will say is because of the sleeves on his cloak, the way that they're sculpted, it makes it a little bit difficult to put the staff in a kind of a natural position, because you would essentially have it have his arm at kind of like a right angle so that he can hold his staff like this, but then the cloak sleeve is in the way, so you've got to have a little bit of a play around to kind of get the positioning right. But as I've said before, the articulation on Diamond Select Toys aren't hugely amazing. There's not a huge amount of articulation. They are much more kind of articulated statues, shall we say. So you kind of get them into the pose that you want to get them into, and then kind of position them on in your display as so. But what they don't have in articulation, they make up for in sculpt and paint. I mean, you can see just from the head sculpt there and the beard and everything like that, the sculpting is absolutely second to none. It's really pretty decent. It definitely looks like Gandalf. There's no question at all who this is supposed to be. Now this is going to be a bit of a pain, so I'm going to have to put this around his hair and around his beard, because some Diamond Select toy figures, their heads pop off, some don't, and I don't want to break him by trying to take it off. Now there aren't any pieces here that you need to attach anywhere. With some of the other figures, I've been a little bit confused as to where kind of pieces might go, but this particular one doesn't have any additional bits to attach to him apart from this kind of satchel, so I'll have a play around. I think the only way that this would have been made even better is... I don't know. I don't know how you would have made this better. Maybe changing the sleeves on the cloak so that you had a little bit more flexibility in regards to positioning the staff and the sword and stuff. But as far as a Gandalf figure goes, this is really pretty top notch. And for the price point as well, if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or just a fan of Gandalf, this is definitely worth picking up, because for the price point, which is about £25, $30, it's a highly detailed, very accurate kind of action figure of Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Do check out my channel, because I'm taking a look at all of the Lord of the Rings figures that are currently available, including the Build-A-Figure, and putting that together in a separate video as well. But yeah, I mean, overall, every single one of these, I've just been more and more impressed. I think they are absolutely fantastic, and I think they're going to make a really nice kind of setup, Lord of the Rings display setup in my collection. And as a fan of the films as well, I'm quite pleased to be able to add kind of articulated, detailed figures, because we haven't had any for quite some time, and action figure kind of capabilities and sculpting and stuff have come a long way since we actually had some. Let's just have a look at them all together just so that you can see. Here they are. Here's all the ones that are currently available, and yeah, they look fantastic. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.